Good day, my fellow countrymen. Yes, I want to speak about tax ID coming up January 2026. Everybody to understand what it means. Shouldn't be smiling by now because it's adding more pains and sorrow to the life of every Nigerian. In overseas, paying tax is something people do gladly because as they are paying it, they are seeing the effect of the money they are paying. The money is working for them. The structures on ground are working. Look at their health sector, look at their transport sector, look at their welfare sector. Everything they do in overseas work perfectly. That is why life there is conducive and people don't complain that much paying this tax. But in Nigeria, where the criminals have taken over the government of Nigeria, they guarantee that this money they will generate from this tax at the end of the day, will it be legitimately used? That is the big question everybody is asking. Look at the state of our hospitals. Look at the roads. We don't have good roads. Our hospitals are not functioning. The schools are on strike from almost every month. You see the school going on strike. Cost of living is very high. All we see is white elephant projects with big budgets in trillions, which of course at the end of the day, the actual money spent on those projects is not what they budgeted for. And in most cases, the projects are being abandoned. Take, for example, see the coastal road that the government budgeted so much money. What is the state of that road today? Back to the topic that I'm handling now. The implication of this tax ID they are trying to introduce is to broaden the tax base and to kind of raise money for non-oil revenue is to broaden the base of tax collection and to also increase revenue from non-oil sector. But that is not enough. I'm worried because Nigeria, among the other countries, pay the lowest income to their working class. In Nigeria, the minimum wage in Nigeria is 70,000 per month. If you multiply 70,000 by 12 months, you get a total of 840,000 annually as annual income for that staff. With the new law, anybody that earns a kobo above 800,000 will be taxed by 15% of that amount. This is about 126,000 annually. If you remove 126,000 annually from 840, which a minimum wage salary earner receives, it means per month, what is actually taking home is 59,500. How much is a bag of rice? How would the man survive with that kind of amount he's taking home, a minimum wage salary earner? They are supposed to earn 70,000. Tax has taken away 15% from it, which is 10,500 monthly, living with a balance of 59,500. How would that man survive? He will transport himself to the office. He will have lunch during the working hour. He will take care of his family. He will pay children's school fees. He will plan for his retirement in that small money. How do you want Nigerians to be happy with this kind of policies coming out? They are not friendly. In as much as you want to collect us to do some projects, if at all the project will be done, how do you expect somebody to survive with 59,500? I'm talking of minimum wage this time. I'm talking of minimum wage earner this time. What kind of law are you putting out? You look at an artisan who's not even earning possibly as much as 70,000 in a month, a vulcanizer, a barber, all of them will pay tax, 15% of their hard-earned money. These are people who don't have steady light to work. These are people, all they use to set up their business is their personal effort. They never benefited anything from our government to start their business. And at the end of the day, government will come and tax them 15%. I'm focusing on the low class. Because if I want to talk on the percentages of other classes, I have it here. Because the majority of Nigerians are poor. So my focus is more on the lower class. A cleaner, how much is a cleaner earning? End of the day, you tax him or her 15% of what she has earned as income. If it's a couple above 800,000, you remove about 126,000 from them, leaving them whatever balance. Don't you think this is wickedness? Nigerians that are actually working very hard to survive, they don't have any support from the government. But you look at the senators, you look at the House of Rep members, they fix their own salary, 30 million, whatever amount per month. They have cars, chains of cars given to them to move around, with security following them wherever they go. But the poor man who does not have all those support, struggling to make ends meet, you are tasking him to pay a tax of 15%. Here is the equity. You forget that in Nigeria, when salaries are increased, prices goes up. The marketers will say, oh, we had that salary has increased. They also will increase their prices so that they can also benefit from the increment of the salaries that the government has introduced. When you bring in this tax issue, come the year 2026, prices of foodstuff will go high. Life will become more expensive because the landlord, the traders, the marketers, whoever is selling whatever, whoever is rendering service will definitely hike his or her price. Because he will tell you that the money is paying as tax, you need to recover it, and they push it down to the common Nigerian. I do not know what our government is looking at when you are proposing a tax ID so that every Nigerian that is above 18 years that is earning money that is up to 800,000 per annum must pay a tax of 15%. What are you giving them? What are you doing for them in return to support their struggle to survive? Nothing. Don't you think your government is wicked? Don't you think your decision is unfair to the common man? I believe Nigerians will not take it lightly. I believe before that time, Nigerians will come to the realization that they cannot accept this proposal. I see them coming to the street to fight for their rights, to fight for their life. Because if they allow this to be, life already is difficult. Everything is out of hand in terms of cost, in terms of survival. Not to talk of when you introduce that tax ID in January 2026, there will be serious crisis. Standard of living will definitely crash. People may not be able to bear the pain anymore because that will be the last straw that will break the camel's back. If the government knows what they are doing, if they go back and look at the policies they're trying to bring up in 2026 concerning the tax ID, they should better reverse it. Otherwise, they may see Nigerians on the streets. Let those that have fear, let them be. And I don't know how long the Igbos are going to be chased up and down wherever they are found. I'm already talking of 2027. Nobody's looking at the happenings around the world. Where is questionable? The chiefs, in terms of giving title, should decline, no matter how much they offer them. The criminals are taking